I woke up like this. This is me in the morning. I'm currently 38 weeks pregnant. And everything hurts. What's up, everyone? Welcome to my channel. I always said I wasn't gonna make this a pregnancy channel, but pregnancy is a part of my life right now, and I am pregnant. I'm 38 weeks pregnant, and the reality is I can't really ignore it. And I do want to share a little bit about that journey, if not for anyone that's out there who's struggling, but also for myself to one day look back on. This is what I look like in the morning, not because I want to, but because insomnia or pain or just a general discomfort is a thing when you are 38 weeks pregnant. So the first thing I do in the morning is shower and brush my hair and do my morning skincare routine. Oh. So I'm doing this video because I sometimes get compliments on my pregnancy glow, but I don't think people realize that I'm actually wearing makeup most of the time when they're complimenting me. And that's because it's been a hard pregnancy for me. There isn't actually a pregnancy glow. And for those of you watching and maybe are struggling with getting pregnant or have struggled getting pregnant and getting to this point, I see pregnancy and getting a child as two separate things, even though I have to get through pregnancy to get my baby in the end. It doesn't have to be an amazing journey. It could also be a struggle, and sometimes I feel there's a pressure on women that you're not allowed to say that pregnancy is a struggle, but for me it really has been. So I want to share my journey with you on kind of my struggles whilst I'm doing my makeup. It's not going to be an amazing makeup look. It's not going to be a full beat. I'm purely going to show what I wear to sort of fake that glow. So the first thing that I'm going to do is curl and prime my lashes so that they are upright. I'm using the Dr. Mascara Fixer Volume Up Curl Fix Coating Fix. I feel that curling and priming my lashes with this product actually makes me feel more awake. We got pregnant right away. We didn't really have to try at all, and we realized that that's a kind of a luxury position that you can be in when you're trying to get pregnant. We did talk about getting pregnant. We talked about when we wanted to start our pregnancy journey, and it kind of was, we knew that this was an attempt, but it wasn't a serious attempt. We weren't trying yet, and we were really well grounded in the sense that we knew it might take a long time. We kind of banked on it because everybody around us told us it could take 6 months up to a year, and that's still normal. And we were pregnant right away, and I will tell you there is a downside to that, and that is that we were caught by surprise. So that was the first encounter that was a little bit surprising, but it wasn't negative yet. The negative part started around week 6. So I thought, okay, I'm not feeling nauseous. I did have some achings here and there, but it's fine. I could still handle everything. I thought I kind of passed the nausea stage, so I was kind of bragging about it, but I didn't know that morning sickness came at around 6 weeks. I was nauseous from week 6 to about week 15. And with nauseous, I mean morning, afternoon, night, everything made me nauseous. My dog, coffee, anything, you name it, it was making me nauseous. Yeah, the nausea was, I think, a mental struggle more than anything. And being nauseous for nearly 10 weeks straight, it really had impact on me and also my work. I was nauseous during really important meetings. I was sitting there with a little bucket, and I turned my Zoom camera off most of the time. And at some point, I definitely had to tell my superiors. I'm gonna go in with my brow product. It's the Skinny Browcara by Etude, and that's all I'm gonna be using for my brows. I am gonna prep the skin a little bit with the Charlotte's Magic Cream Light. Then my second trimester rolls around. The first thing that happens in week 16. Now, I'm already in my second trimester in week 16, but the reason I start my second trimester in week 16 mentally is because that's the first week that I wasn't nauseous anymore. I think about that week I threw my back out really bad. I've always had a bad back, but I never threw my back out like that. I'm gonna go in with a concealer. I'm using the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer in the shade Honey. I'm gonna apply it to the darkest part of my eyes first, kind of apply it in a thick layer and then rub it all the way underneath to get the darkness under my eye, and all the way to my nose area to get this area. So I am gonna really wipe it down. That's why I'm putting down skincare first, and only when I have a little bit left I'm gonna go underneath my eye to avoid creasing. I threw my back out twice in my second trimester, and that was a struggle for me because, you know, I had a dog, I have work, I'm working 36 hours. There's a lockdown going on. My husband is working in the F&B sector, so financially we were not struggling, but definitely worried. We had to do a lot of construction to the house to make a baby room, to prepare for the baby. We had to buy a lot of stuff. We couldn't go to stores, so we had to buy everything off the internet and just read reviews. It's our first child, so we don't know anything. We don't know what anything looks like. So that's it for concealer. That's all we're gonna do. We're not gonna do anything else to cover up the face, the blemishes. It's all about kind of that natural look anyway. Next, I'm going in with a powder. This is the Boots No. 7 powder in the shade Translucent, and I'm really packing this shade under my eyes, and under my eyes only, and a little bit on the sides of my nose. Physically or health-wise, I was doing quite well, and the appointments were going great until they told me that the baby was really big, and they actually thought that I might have pregnancy diabetes. So I had to do some extra testing. In the end, happened to be nothing. I just have a bigger baby, and his belly is about 2 to 3 weeks bigger than it should be. Now, mind you, when you are pregnant during a pandemic, most of the appointments that you do, you have to do on your own. So that was kind of my second trimester. It was hectic. It was appointments, it was construction work, it was never getting a moment's rest, taking care of my dog, which ended up with me going to therapy and the therapist telling me that I was in a pregnancy depression. Next, I want to go in with a lip and cheek pencil by Nudestix in the shade, honestly I don't know anymore. It's a crayon shade, but I'll link it down below which shade it is. I'm putting blush on the sides of my face. It's underneath the powder that I just applied, because I just applied powder to my nose area and under eye area. Third trimester, at week 33, I finally decided to go on an early pregnancy leave. Pregnancy leave in the Netherlands starts at week 34. So whilst I'm explaining that, I'm going in with a contour palette. It's sort of my blush and contour shade all in one. I'm like, okay, I think the worst is over. I can still do this. I'm excited to meet the baby. And I was tired of being pregnant. I was tired of people telling me that I should just enjoy my pregnancy and I should have fun and it's the best time of their life, and why am I being such a negative Nancy? It made me feel more isolated when that happened, when they were telling me that I should feel a particular way and I wasn't feeling that way. And I felt incredibly guilty because I wasn't feeling that way. And I don't think that women should feel guilty when they're not having a most amazing pregnancy. Before I go on, my hero project is the Mercier Candlelight Illuminating Powder. It's not one of their newer ones. I know that Mercier came out with newer ones, but Mercier came out with one of these ages ago, and these last forever because you're not going to illuminate your entire face. I use this as a highlighter. This is what gives me my fake pregnancy glow. But for some reason, every time I wear this, people are like, oh my god, you have the most amazing pregnancy glow. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I know that for some people it takes years to get pregnant, and my husband and I are truly grateful that it literally only took us one attempt to get pregnant. At the same time, I really wish that people would also see that pregnancy isn't always an amazing thing and not the most amazing time of your life. I can't walk anymore, I can't take up my dog anymore. My hands and my toes retain so much water. My face retains water. It can hurt. You go in with a glossy lip. I either go in with the Fenty Gloss Balm or with Charlotte Tilbury's, keep on forgetting the name, but it's a Pillow Talk color. It's this type of lip balm. I'm gonna go in with Charlotte Tilbury's Superstar Lips. Maybe add a little bit of the glowing powder on top of my eyes. I don't take anything for granted. I just hope that if there's anyone out there who's struggling like I am, or as I was, that they are not feeling alone like I did. I felt very lonely and very isolated, and it took me a while to get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm so ready to meet my baby. I'm so ready to go into the next chapter that is life. Okay, lastly, not to forget, put on mascara. I'm only putting mascara on the top and not on the bottom. So guys, this is it. This is how I faked my pregnancy glow. What do you think? You know, with the camera, and there's sunlight coming in right now. I only do this with natural light. It does look a little bit shinier than it actually is, but this is the reason why people think that I am glowing during my pregnancy. I hope that no one is feeling isolated the way I am feeling / was feeling isolated. I'm doing much better right now. If you are feeling isolated, or if you recognize any of the things that I said during this video, please drop me a comment or an email. You are not alone, and I don't want you to feel alone. Faking my pregnancy glow is also a mask that I wanted to put on, because sometimes it got too tiring for me to tell people that I wasn't enjoying my pregnancy, because people came with advice, or they didn't really want to validate that thought. And as stupid as it sounds, but if you look good and people see you look like you're happy, they actually treated me better, which is sad to say about society, but pregnancy is a very, very taboo topic. YouTube gave me an outlet and a hobby. Again, I never thought I would start YouTube. I always wanted to, but I had a full-time job, so I wasn't really serious when I said I wanted to start a YouTube channel, but it has really given me an outlet on some of the things that I really enjoy, and I feel less lonely. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe if you liked anything about this video, and yeah, be safe everyone. Bye.